top of each other. Sitting in a defensible spot, stacking up on top of each other is almost certainly more safe for lesser skilled parties that need help. Run some deeds? Nah. These don't excite me very much. Mods are more interesting. Hello? Are you serious? Why are you initiating an attack from there?
A giant strike.
One less stunner rot hell. Be ready. Chaos Warriors near. Strike them down. Royal Chaos Warrior. Leech incoming. Stunner the wind. The sorcerer torments them.
Nice. Uh-oh. How am I keep mistiming that? Phantom swings there. We'll chill here for a second to group them up. Oh, he's above us. Seriously?
No more fires. There's a Chaos Warrior near.
Probably worth. Probably not, actually. We'll take it anyway.
Climb the ladder.
Yeah, the density at the start of this map is insane. Event 1's actually pretty tough, it seems, which is cool. I'm happy about that.
We're almost there. You cannot hide.
Screw it, let's go. That range is so ridiculous. Oh my god, I just died. Oh god, there's another one there. Jesus Christ.
Just a scratch. Nope, not yet. I am lost beyond words.
No! Ah, the switch back from a hard shot was way too late there. Okay, I'm getting smarter about my freaking pathing, though. I should have waited a little longer. I knew that second horde was coming. I knew I was so slow there's a second horde coming.
One thing and another, but lately things have been getting worse. Plague, sickness, and disappearances.
Whew! Start of this map is bonkers, man.
So, what say you get your lazy arses upriver and see what's what? Take your best gear. I reckon this will be a sticky one.
What I have for breakfast? Some peanut butter toast and an apple, and for lunch, I had a little fruit shake consisting of... What am I aiming at? For Christ's sake, just be dead. Consisting of spinach. Here? It's gotta be there, no? I think I got a little unlucky back there, right there. Spinach, whole yogurt, frozen berries, a little water. Ow. I heard nothing. I heard absolutely no sound cues there. I'd love someone to clip that for me so we can go back and see if there were literally any sound cues. If I just missed them because I was distracted, or there were literally none. Decent chance there were literally none. Do I usually eat healthy? During the school year while I'm working, I tend to. I try to. Yeah, go away. He's gonna suicide.
Another storm vermin. It'll die like the rest.
Shut up.
Stench. Storm vermin. There is no escape. Hurry, this way.
Delayed Horde 1 enabled me to push.
Where are the others?
Light ambient density there compared to previous runs allowed me all the way up here past first wave.
Here, healing drop.
It's a very fortunate set of spawns, allowed me to make a lot of progress for not that much effort. Don't know which side that'll come from at all. Assassin Warning's hurting me more than helping me. Remind me to shut it off. It's too late. There's a Packmaster.
Cruel amongst the cruel kin.
Serious?
No sorrow for a dead Packmaster. A rattling gun. Attack the rattling from the flank. Hurts.
Hopefully I don't pull more than I kill. Though with a blind F like that around a corner, it's a mini boss without a bomb or potion, unfortunately. There's a potion spawn spot up ahead,
This
so let's
way,
push a little bit for
onwards.
that. I think it's a Storm Fiend based off of how slow it is and the tread. Nothing. Really? Happy to see Troll.
It's a troll. No need to panic. That comes with it. I'm seething. God, you deserve me. It's a troll. Healing. Fire that. Don't underestimate that war player. Well, rat man. Such vileness.
Pushed up there to bait. The location of the vomit to the side.
That's a gas troll. Cannot hide. The troll, squeeze it. Finish it. The gas. Watch out. Watch out. Gas. That's not a belt for any anger. Get out of the way, Lumberfoots.
If you're wondering what happened there, there's a small glitch that I've reported involving gas rats and bosses. Gas rats, if they hit a boss directly, they just sit there. Their pathing totally screws up. It's pretty hilarious. It's not hugely exploitable, but it's cool. It's kind of exploitable on Troll, but that's it.
Lumber, come black rat, taste steel.
Like, if this were an old school game where things were never going to change for like years and years, I'd learn to perfect it. But it'll change, so it feels like it's not worth the effort to learn to exploit it.
Up the ladder. Down here.
Everyone should know that, of course, I'm doing double damage, so that wasn't quite normal.
No more running for you, sack that. The furnace.
Oh, wow. It was unexpected that all three would hit the same guy.
Vileness.
Is an assassin up?
Work fire.
Don't really know where from.
It's about to get a lot.
Let's push down a little bit.
Yeah.
There he is.
See that?
Shoot.
Sneak that in the shadows. Is that all?
That was a surprising insta-pounce based off of the angle. Probably should have popped the purple stuff and just owned everything. Probably should have just popped the purple stuff and just used it, you know? Wondered if that would happen.
That's a gas troll.
Worth it. Worth purple stuff just to kill an assassin I never even had to see.
Anyone want a potion? A strangler comes! Kill it swiftly! Potions! Here! Healing draft over here. Chaos Warrior, stand ready! There's a runner in the shadows. That's another! Not so good in a fair fight, look out! Fire that! Dead assassin. Off one side. Light through! Swing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. GG? No. Oh, Jesus.
Leech is down! I think the taste is worse than the smell.
Oh yeah, I remember where it was.
Stare! Quit your yammering! There's a Chaos Warrior near. Ah! Over here, mayflies! That rot hell might test us, mayflies! Fire thrower! Well, isn't that a delight? A blight storm is just for us. The blight storm is finished. Here. Blight stormer. I hear a gas rat. I hear voices. Breathing. Something waits.
Shit. Screw it. Let's just go. Huh, took damage from that.
Healing draft, mayflies.
Jesus, stop breaking everything, you jerks. Jesus, how did you get here so fast, you little shit? Ugh, I'm in trouble.
Help me! You blind? think that'll stop me? I need ammunition. Strike them down.
Do I have to even ignite this? Is it even a thing? Where's the third one here?
That's a blight stormer.
Did I light it? Where am I supposed to light this thing?
Here, ammunition.
I feel like I probably don't even have to.
Well, that clamor should make departure.
Whoa! How do I get out of here? Like, lol? Am I done? Okay, what am I doing wrong? By the stairs, back left, and then to the right. Did I get them all yet? Which ladder? The left ladder or the right ladder? Oh, for Christ's sake. This one? Looks lit. Okay, you guys are annoying. Oh, for Christ's sake! I'm so frustrated! Okay, it was open the whole time, guys. I knew it was open, I just didn't know where it opened. I wonder if I've exhausted the spawns. Nope, doesn't sound like it.
That sorcerer is forcing the wind.
What? Oh, you come there too? I probably should leave these alive a little bit. Alright, quad special spawn in just an instant.
What Blight Stormer? Explodes.
think this is a real horde.
I'll get you safe. Cookra, kill it! Stunner warrior comes for us. Gun ready. The chaos warrior's fallen.
Alright, well this obviously is a real horde. Fine. Happy to have the ult charge if I hit. Get it all back in temp health immediately.
I sense a fluid in. Take that ice.
If I was really late there, I would have intentionally taken one hit exactly. Took and taken. Just for the ult, for the ammo.
Can you not sense it? Like dung-coated fingers dragging through the breeze. Gas that!
There it is.
Look out!
Shoot.
Kill the vermin before it goes. Look out! Run! Gas! Watch out! No! Fucking vileness! The gas! Watch out!
These fireworks sound like gunfire for a second. Like, wait. Mini boss. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Screw it. Just die. Take the ammo.
The black rat. I challenge it last. Let the black rat come.
Come on.
More storm vermin. There's no end to them. So, now we fight it slow. Still and full. We've got the lead, Mayfly.
Shit!
Patrol!
I gotta get out of here. Can I get through here? I'm dead. Oh my god.
Right through! Think about the moment. Leech! Hear it.
Ooh, that's not good.
Life leech stunner! Cannot hide!
Did I really not get him still?
I feel the wind riding, the white stormer. Going to spray! The white stormer, bring us in before you die. The storm cannot live without its master.
Oh my god. There's a little protrusion there.
Shark. Pressing in. You're assassin eyes with the dark. You were killed for you, assassin. You're a poor assassin, Ratman. Ammunition. Go softly into your failure, assassin. Blightstormers near mayflies.
I wonder how much of this I could avoid if I tried. Probably not the right time to try this, but just curious. Wow, that hurt.
It would be embarrassing.
Not much. That's the answer.
Here! I hear a leech on the prowl.
Should only take 2, but
Stunner leech down! Strong vermin. See the bridge being
Nice.
That sorcerer must die if the storm is to cease. Let the black rat come.
oh, way too many. Not intentional, I assure you.
Face steel. Help me! Are you right? That's another! Strike them down!
Couldn't do that in Vermintide 1. Ay. Wait for density. I keep getting baited. I keep expecting the Storm Vermin not to get knocked back. I'm such a scrub.
Down these stairs!
I can't get out of Vermintide 1 habits, man. Game's garbage at that too.
Down here, Glakeet mayflies.
Hey, K-pop!
I see elf gameplay, I sub.
Then where you been at? Thanks for the resub, bud. Okay, this is the part where I don't know how to do this event, and I accidentally walk in a hole. Everybody ready? Be ready to laugh. We'll go the easy way, because I don't know the other way.
Chaos warrior, get you mayflies!
What? Woohoo!
Portion of the evil. No more.
Alright. GG. That's a lot of kills. Like, a lot. That's a lot of kills. Soft ass, is the path random like in Drakenfell's escape sequence? I think so. So many shots, such poor aim.
Don't
Thanks,
stay
Newt.
up too late. I've got work for you tomorrow.
Okay. Givis, are you still here, buddy? Let me see if I can get Kavist real quick. To come explain this build. It's not. It's totally fixed which beams broke and which ones don't. All right. Looks like no luck on having Kavist here. Okay. So this is the build he was using. It's not the build I was using last time I was playing Elf Waystalker. I never really maximized the Waystalker Hagbane. But we agree in broad strokes, and I thought I'd try out his numbers, and I don't know how much of a difference it made, but I'm going to go ahead and share them and give his reasoning, and I have a slight flavor of it, which is mine, which I'll give reasoning for as well. The important key of this build is Hagbane. Hagbane, as you saw, does incredible control, even on elites, and the DPS is pretty solid on everything. So the bread and butter of this is doing finger roll, and you can see right here, look, if you look on my keyboard, the key is instead of holding right click and left clicking every so often, which is this fire rate, you do what is called the finger roll. So you hold right click, left click, and then release right click and left click again. So again, it's right click, release right click, left click. So you got to rezoom basically every time. You could think of it as re-gripping the bow every time. You're manually pulling it back. That's how you could think of it. So that's the key. How do you keep it up? A couple ways to maintain ammo for this. First of all, simple evolves quiver, ammo over time. Second of all, 20% ammo back on ult, which is solid. But I think with the buff to the True Flight ults against Chaos Warriors, this is arguable. This is arguable, right? Like the 20% ammo on ult is not essential. It's nice. The last one is Scrounger, which is ammo on crit, and you stack crit on the bow, on the trinket slots, and right here, 5%. And I think there's one more, which is just a default 5% crit on this guy, and I can't remember if that's actually a thing. I think that's a lie, actually. I don't think that's a thing. So anyways, you stack ammo. Even though the crit itself doesn't help the bloom, it just helps you keep it up. What else? Let's talk about defense. What do you have for defense? First of all, parry, the trait parry, which is amazing, and I use on just about everything. Second of all, I like to, this is a slight departure from Kavist's build, I believe, I like to stack block cost reduction, if I ever can, on both the melee slot and the neck list for over 50% cost reduction, which gets pretty significant. Let's talk about sustain, just Boon of Shalia, that's it. So you just heal a ton anytime a horde comes around. So, okay, so we know how we deal with hordes, we know how we deal with monsters, we know how we deal with normal elites. What do we do with armor? Dual daggers are really strong. You only need with arcane bodkins, which will increase headshot damage even for your melee weapon, the daggers themselves, and one property that does either armor or Skaven, and you can do 39 plus damage to the head of a Skaven armor, which is all it takes to one-shot Chaos Warrior, or Stormvermin. So there it is, right there in the charm, 10% armored. What's left? You have a little bit of armor Chaos here, and a little bit of Chaos here. A little nicety against the Fanatics of the Fanatic Horde, of the Chaos Horde, and I guess more importantly, it's a nice little damage boost against the Chaos Elites, so Chaos Warrior and Mauler Marauder. So that's the key. So Pinzor is asking, how about Barrage on Hagbane? Is that a viable strat? Absolutely. If you bring Barrage, though, there's a good chance that you will... So Barrage got a little nerf last patch, I believe. I'm 95% sure of this. Where you don't... It used to be such that if you hit with Hagbane and then it exploded, it counted as 2 hits, so it was very easy to get Barrage stacks up. So that's one reason why it's not here. 2 is, what is Barrage good at? Barrage means you clear hordes a little faster and you clear bosses a little faster. Right? In exchange, you give up ammo sustain. So it's fine. You could make it work, but you give up a bit of ammo sustain. For solo, it's mostly about making sure you have enough ammo left so you can control the situation when an elite, when you have elites, horde, and specials at the same time. And I liked the extra ammo sustain here. I thought it was very valuable. But Hagbane barrage is quite excellent, and for normal situations where bosses, like against like a 4-man thing where I'm not using the double damage mod, I do double damage versus bosses when I play solos, that extra scrounger, the extra 25% damage versus bosses matters a lot. So I think that explains everything. The 20% health is mandatory. It's not even worth discussing. Oh, and 5% move speed here is just nice on range-oriented careers for just a little bit of breathing room. So as you saw during the run, a lot of the keys is figuring out what positioning you're going to get maximum value out of Hagbane. So for example, if I fought a horde coming from this direction right here, this choke would be pretty wide, and the density of the enemy wouldn't be that large. I want to intentionally get hyperdensity. If I come through this little tiny door here, they're going to rush through in a huge river. So as they first come in, maybe I'll do a little dodge dancing, a little hitting, and a little push stam, to make it so they group up nice, back it up, and in one smooth motion, I quick switch, right click, left click, and start the spam. And huge density, and then maybe I do this to finish him up until I get some more. You get the idea. It's a lot about that. It's also about being able to push through crowds. So let's say I have a horde come in like this, and here with elites, and I'm going to get overwhelmed. This position stinks. But if I can keep kiting, I've got options. So you're turning, you're dodging, you're finger rolling. Dodge jumping as necessary to make sure we have space. So a really good way to practice this setup if you're interested in getting better at Hagbane, once you get the basics down of finger roll, is to speedrun, to Waystalker speedrun. That's a great way to get better at Hag. The one caveat is that after you do a right click and a left click in this game, as I think it feels significantly worse than V1, but I might be misremembering, it's possible, is there's a significant delay before you can zoom again. So look, here's right click, left click, into quick switch. This is the fastest you can get back your bow, your daggers. That's a huge window of vulnerability. So let's say you have a storm vermin coming up to do an overhead cleave. You switch to Hagbane and right charge shot to stagger him, but you don't get the stagger. You missed that huge delay after your shot. You're going to get shot in the face, and that's the end of it. Any other questions? Expect to melee more if you use barrage. Correct. And as you saw, daggers are quite good against hordes. They're quite good against hordes. I do not bring Hagbane because I need them against hordes. That is a misunderstanding of dagger strength, especially now that they've been fixed. You bring Hagbane because of its incredible control versus hordes, versus specials, versus elites. You bring it for control and DPS at once for Mrs. Mixed stuff, not for horde clear. However, it is quite nice to get a choke, hold them up, dense them up, and get a couple sweet shots into it for incredible clear speed. Yes, parry is outstanding. Look at the green using Gohas's mod, parry indicator. Anytime my shields are in green, that's parry. Watch push. You see that? There's so many windows that I'm doing the things where I get green. And anytime I get a block off in green, it's free, and there's no stagger associated with it. It's really, really, really strong. It's the best trait in the game. Why block cost reduction? It's hard to explain. Like, it's hard to justify objectively. I can just say that when I stack 60% block cost reduction, what I find is, like, let's say I need to parry a Mauler overhead coming and there's some follow-up attacks. I'm more likely to block the Mauler and the follow-up attacks without getting my blocks shattered, right? Like, there's... I don't want to quite say it's synergy, but it's like an extra little cushion. It's like an extra little cushion. Correct, it has nothing to do with parry. It's like a backup system to parry. Because when you're playing solo, all you need is one bad break. One bad guard break and it's over. I don't know if there's a universal rule on block cost reduction and stamina, but I feel that if I don't need the extra property on the even for lower stamina weapons, basically for any weapon really. But if I don't need the second property to be offensively capable, right? Like if it doesn't hit me over a really essential breakpoint, I prefer to stack block cost reduction. I can't justify it to you objectively. I have no tests that I can do. I can just tell you that it feels really good, and I never miss that extra stamina for push spam. It's hard for me to like mechanically justify it. It's just based off of a feeling. These are all good questions. A little thing I've noticed is push stab is a one-shot kill versus shield clans. To kill a shield storm vermin, hit, push, stab, stab. It's over. Or you can just F right into him and ignore shields. If you want to, I shouldn't have used that ult, but if you have a Chaos Warrior right here and he's somewhat isolated, you have ult up, you have enough between one property and Arcane Bodkins to one-shot that Chaos Warrior. It's not hugely important because you have daggers, which are quite good versus super armor, but ult, look at him. Aiming straight up and letting go tends to work. It seems like with the change in 1.2, you can actually just aim at his face, and it seems to work pretty consistently. We could actually go test that. The only time I don't use parry is when I'm trying to make kind of a memeing build work, where I need my ultimate to make my super armor damage work. That's like the only time I'm not running parry these days. And even those are like meme builds, not strong builds. Let's check real quick on Chaos Warmer aiming to the face. I only have one ult though. Actually, I won't be able to do it because I don't have God mode mod on, so forget that. Anything else though?
Still a job to do there. The Rockbloods are using the Baron's
Good point. K-pop brings up a little mechanic that I forgot to bring up. This is a Vermintide 1 holdover. Most pushes cost 2 stamina or 1 whole shield. Dagger push only costs a half stamina, or half shield or 1 stamina. So push into attacks and to push into attacks and something is insanely sustainable. Long as you watch your spacing and do a little jousting as necessary, you can hold hordes into place, and then you hag them for value. Alright, forget it. I'm not going to wait. Anything else? Alright, let me end the recording here.